Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Classic Tetris Insider, your #1 source for all news regarding the Classic Tetris scene. Hello everyone, I'm your favorite underwater host, Sharky, and welcome back once again to the Classic Tetris Insider. Now, I'm sure you can see by the video link that we do have a lot of information to go through. I mean, I have index cards just written chock full of just all these kinds of things that are not only happening in the online scene, but LAN events as well. And so definitely, if you're looking to potentially even go to one of these LAN events, I recommend staying tuned for whenever we get to that section of the Insider. Now, before we go forward, there is going to be time codes on the screen, so then you'll be able to hop around to the ideal spot that you want to go to. And as always, all relevant information will be linked in the description below in a document, or just will be straight out stated in the description below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our first thing that is on the list, which we are going to be talking about the Waco video uploads. Now, for those of you that are unaware, the last week in January, or not last week in January, second to last week in January, there was the Heart of Texas regional event that happened in Waco. Well, this event has been fully edited and is going to be going live on this channel this upcoming week. First, we're going to start with the silver finals this upcoming Tuesday, and then top 8 part 1 on Wednesday, top 8 part 2 on Thursday, top 4 part 1 on Friday, top 4 part 2 on Saturday, and it concluded off with the grand finals on Sunday. And the full VOD that includes all the matches, both that were streamed from the silver and both of the gold streams, will be uploaded at a later date. So definitely set your calendars. I will be trying to catch majority of the premieres, so then I'll be able to interact with you guys. I'll be doing my best, but you know, life does get busy sometimes. But with that being said, for Waco, we are now going to head on to our next topic on the list, which is CTM, or Classic Tetris Monthly. Now, Classic Tetris Monthly is an online monthly event where you play Classic Tetris, and they open their doors to all skill levels. So if you are getting into Classic Tetris and you want to participate in a monthly tournament and you want to get paired up with someone within your relative skill range, then you'll be able to find information on how to join and participate in Classic Tetris Monthly down in the description below. You can also go to ctm.gg. But now that we've gotten those formalities out of the way, let's talk about the Masters event, the top tier of Classic Tetris Monthly. This month's Master event will conclude this Tuesday, the 31st, at 1900 UTC, or 1 p.m. Central. Now, the top 4 for this Masters is actually quite stacked. In one of your spots, you have Andy, who of course was the 2020 finalist and 2021 and 2022 semifinalist, if I'm not mistaken. Then you will have CTWC 2022 top 8 Sidnev. And of course, they've also had some amazing achievements, especially in Gauntlet being the team captain of the Wavy Ones, and in the previous season of Gauntlet back in 2021, going undefeated all season long and playing up against players around the same skill level. But not only that, you're going to have the Euro Terror and one of the few players that have managed to reach glitch colors, even though it was on PAL, SV Nestris. That will be taking our third spot, not splot. And then last but not least, you have the one player who I believe has at least a 1.3 in all play styles. That's right, 1.3 in dash, hyper tapping, and of course rolling, Tristop. This will of course occur on Monthly Tetris on Twitch. So if you want to check that out, once again, that is going to be this Tuesday, the 31st at 1900 UTC or 1 p.m. Central. Moving on, we're going to be talking about Gauntlet, the event that I run. We are currently in the finals between the Millionaires and the Wavy Ones. Currently, the Millionaires are up 2-0, and they have the match 3 up against the Wavy Ones on the 5th of February. This will take place at 5:15 p.m. Central or 23:15 UTC. The Millionaires, like I said, are currently up 2-0, so if they win this, they will take the entire tournament and will, of course, get started for the next season, which is going to be Gauntlet Ascension. Now, in regards to Gauntlet Ascension, there's actually a little bit more that I have on that. Registration for the next season, which of course is Gauntlet Ascension, will be opening on the 5th as well. There is going to be the main league where you have, your players like Miles, Sidnev, all those cracked players, but there also is going to be a Mino League. And if you are a player that is getting new into the scene, I definitely recommend you at least pay attention to this part. Of course, whenever the next Insider comes out, we're going to be rehashing this point as registration will be open, and then there will be another chance for you to join there. But the Mino League is essentially a perfect place if you're new to the world of classic Tetris and you want to get into competitive as early as possible, and you also want to face up against people against your same team or your same skill level. As we're on the topic of Gauntlet Ascension, we're going to talk about registration, which registration for the next season, which is Gauntlet Ascension, is also going to be opening up on the 5th. And so if you are a player that has been interested on playing on a team, then you definitely be able to check that out. Of course, more announcements will be made in the Classic Tetris Gauntlet Discord server. Now, in addition to that, if you are newer in the scene or you're just wanting to try, get a taste on competitive, then I do have something for you as well. In addition to being the main league, there is going to be something called the Mino League. And for those of you that don't know, a Mino is essentially one block of a Tetramino. But sorry for that little lesson. I'm sure a lot of you that are watching this probably know, but just in case you didn't. Anyways, why am I saying, why am I bringing that up? Well, the Mino League essentially is going to be like a boot camp of sorts, or a way for you to kind of, train and get stronger in the world of classic Tetris. And the reason why I say that is because it is a perfect opportunity for you to experience the team format while also going up against people that are newer in the scene or that are around your same skill level. Not only that, you will receive broad and personalized coaching from yours truly on how to improve your competitive play, as well as things that are regarding to your journey and of course mindset. So that way you'll be able to grow faster and be able to start branching off in other events like Classic Tetris Monthly, Classic Tetris League, Classic Tetris Wars, and eventually make your way up to, a CTWC status quicker. I know for me, studying Jonas and Joseph for 2 months really helped accelerate my improvement rate over my first year of Classic Tetris. So maybe the same thing while having guidance from, a high skilled player might do the same for you. But like I said, if you are interested in that, more information will be found in the Discord server below, and pay attention because that is way off. February 5th is when registration is going to be open, and as well as when the match 3 of the finals will be taking place. So more information will be, of course, available on the Insider. And as of right now, the tentative close date for the registrations are planned for the 23rd. Now, I want to talk about some insane Classic Tetris League action, because this week is chock full of amazing players that are going to be playing up against each other. So to start your row of super shows, as that's what they're called on CTL, you're going to have Rawmations versus Sidnev and Sidnev versus Opex. These 3 players will be playing on Wednesday at 2300 UTC or 5 p.m. Central. Next, you're going to have Andy versus Miles, Miles versus Zeno, and Dog versus Rhubarb. This will take place on Thursday at 2300 UTC, 5 p.m. Central. Following that, you're going to have Miles versus Dog and Somalian versus Rhubarb. Friday at 2359 UTC or 5:59 p.m. Central, which is basically 6 p.m. But because UTC can sometimes be a little bit confusing whenever you're talking about like that midnight UTC kind of mark, that's why we do the 23:59. Just a little bit of fun fact, try and keep you on your toes while you're listening to all this information. But Saturday is definitely a day you wouldn't want to miss. You're gonna have Gerald Freeman versus Doge, SV versus Sidnev, the Asian versus Andy, the Asian versus Dog, and Rhubarb versus Miles. This will start at 22 UTC or 4 p.m. Central, and quite a stacked lineup. Of course, tentatively, the championship for all these players that are in the Division 1 will be planned for February 18th, and the season finale is on February 12th. Now, before any of you guys go in the comments, I know I didn't say that chronologically correct, but hey, there is a crap ton of information, all right? Cut me some slack. But now that we've talked about our online events, it's time we talk about our LAN events, because we actually have a lot of LAN events that are coming up. So these are going to be going in chronological order. So if there is something that interests you, then you'll know essentially how much time you have to potentially make it out there. So once again, some of these you're going to already hear before, or you already heard before. So we're just rehashing them for those that maybe didn't watch the previous Insider. First things first is Classic Tetris Chile, February 17th at 3 p.m. local time. And if you want to find out more information on where to go and all the specific of the locations, because it is somewhat sensitive, not trying to dox anyone here, be sure to join the Discord server for more specifics. And as I mentioned at the beginning, all that relevant information will be down in the description below. Next up, CTWC Vegas, February 18th. And it's only on February 18th, even though that expo lasts for the entire weekend. The quals will start at 11 a.m. Local time, or 1900 UTC, and will end at 4 p.m. local time, or 2200 UTC. Bracket play will then start at 4 p.m. or local time, or 2200 UTC, and will last generally to around 7 p.m. UTC, or 7 p.m. local, and 100 UTC. Be sure to stop on by the Vegas Convention Center, so then you'll be able to play. Coming up next, also on February 18th, and this is more so for our Europeans that are watching, if you are in the area of France, or I guess the country of France, not necessarily the area, but if you are in the country of France or a neighboring country and you want to participate in an event, well, I got some good news for you. February 18th, starting at 1700 UTC, which is around 11 a.m. Central. 11 a.m. Central. There is the Classic Tetris France event. I believe this is the first time an event has happened, at least a LAN event has happened in the city, or not the city, wow. I mean, technically, the city of Paris, but the country of France. The location is going to be the Extra Life Cafe in Paris, and the way that the tournament is going to work is going to be a single elim bracket. There will be best of 5 all the way, so no best of 3 shenanigans, with the finals possibly being a best of 7. It will be 15 or level 18 start until the semis, in which then it will be 18 start all the way. Right now, this is tentatively planned for being on the Classic Tetris channel, but given that how there might be a conflict with Vegas, as they are both on the same day, even though a little bit different times, there is a likelihood that you might see one of these two, Vegas or France, on the Classic Tetris 2 Twitch channel. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled. We're going to try and get another insider out before these two events occur, so then you guys have at least a little bit where to go in case you want to watch, the event that happens in France or the event that's happening in Vegas. Up next, we're going to have the Lux Cup. This is an online event that is for the PAL version of Tetris, not the NTSC version that is mainly played. Balls will end on the 31st of January at midnight CET. So by the time you're watching this video, you should have about 24 hours-ish, or a little bit under 24 hours if you are in the Benelux region to qual. So this is your last chance to qual. The qualification system is 60 minutes, average of your 2 best scores. The group stages will happen early February, where 4 players are per group stage, and it will occur with a round robin. The top 8 best performers will then make it into the main event, which is planned for February 26th, starting at 1900 UTC. It's best of 7, 15, or 18 starts for top 8, best of 7, 18 starts for top 4, and then for the finals, it is best of 9 and 18 all the way. Of course, you want to check out more information, there will be a link down to the PAL Benelux, or not necessarily the PAL Benelux Cup, but the Benelux server down in the description below. Coming up next, more information will be rolling out on this, but this is when we're starting to reach into March territory. So, about a month in advance, we have the Rumble on the Prairie 13. This will take place from March 9th through 11th at the University of Illinois. A level 39 line cap will be instituted, and for the stream, Nestris Champs will be used. As in right now, this is all the information that I can give to you currently, but there will be more information rolling out soon, so be looking forward to the next Insider, when hopefully I'll be able to give you that more information. Coming up next, also on that kind of same day, is CTAT Vienna. Don't ask me what the acronym stands for. I'm pretty sure the CT stands for Classic Tetris. I'd be shocked if it didn't, but I have no idea what the AT stands for. Anyways, CTAT Vienna is going to occur on March 11th. It is going to be in Vienna, and have mercy on me. Ariner Platz 3A1230, which is 10 minutes from the U6 station in Altaria. I'm sorry I butchered that. I forgot that I had written that down in my index cards and just simply did not look up the pronunciation. So I am sorry. This will be streamed on Classic Tetris on Twitch, most likely. There is going to also be, you know, another time conflict just because we have so many events happening on. So once we get closer to that date, hopefully I'll have a clear distinction on what's going to stream on when. Anyways, there is going to be 1 hour long qual stations and it's going to be no line. So you're probably going to have to show up there, get a station, and then, you know, play for an hour and etc. It will be best of 5 all the way. Quals are tentatively planned to start at 10 a.m. local all the way up to 1400 local. Bracket play will start at 1500 local and will last up to around 2000 local. So with that being said, if you want to find out more information, there will also be a link down to the Germany Discord server below, which I believe has close affiliation with CTAT Vienna. And on the topic of Germany, let's go ahead and talk about CTWC Germany. We still have the same information available from last time, so if you are looking on participating March 25th through 26th, Krefeld, Germany, their line cap is still in consideration, so it is possible as we are playing, I believe this is planning to be on the NTSC version. The 25th is likely going to be a sole day for quals, with the 26th being for the tournament itself. For more information, join the Classic Tetris Germany Discord server. Now, we have 2 more events, and then we're going to get into our event recap. On the 27th through 28th of May, yeah, we are jumping pretty far out there, is going to be the 4th Classic Tetris Poland Championship. This is going to happen in Warsaw, Poland during the Pixel Haven Gamers and Prep Culture Festival. It will be streamed on Classic Tetris as well as it will be NTSC. More information will be coming out soon, but if you want to check out more information about the Pixel Haven Games and the Pop Culture Festival, there will be some websites that will be linked down in the description. And last but not least, even though this is not an online event, or this is not a LAN event, this is an online event, there is the LOL Pod Cup. I kid you not, that is the name of the event. It is a PAL DAS only event with currently a $555 prize pool. 18 starts only for quals and match play, and it is open to everyone, so you don't have to necessarily live in a PAL region in order to participate. You just only have to have a game that is compatible with PAL, or a gem cartridge that allows you to play PAL, or Fractal's PAL speed hack. Also, there is some more information about bracket play, with the finals being best of 13, top 8 and top 4 being best 11, and all matches are best of 9, as this is the PAL version of Tetris. For more information on how to qual, participate and everything, please join the LOL Pod Cup Discord server down below. Now, with that being said, it is time for us to get into our events. First, we're going to go over a little brief recap on Bodied, a War Over Washtenal. Hopefully I said that right. And then we saved possibly one of the most epic events that has happened played with the Dash playstyle, CTW Dash Royal. Yes, it is Royal, not Royale. You have a bone to pick, take it up with Grand Designs. But let's go ahead and recap the Bodied, a War Over Washtenal. The Bodied Over War Washtenal was an event that was, I believe, organized by the Burb Wizard, and it contained 14 players, and there were a couple of notable players there. You had Huff, Blank, Opex, and NGC Man, as of course Burb himself. They were all in attendance. This event had quite a lot of upsets, and in fact, I think it has a pretty interesting storyline that a couple people might appreciate. First things first, I want to get in probably the biggest upset that happened in this event, which was Opex versus Jakey. Opex definitely a clear favorite to win, and the first game had an unfortunate early top out. But in the second game, both players took it decently far. Unfortunately, Opex, even though having a massive score lead, topped out early on level 23, and Jakey took the game all the way to level 28 in order to take the match and send Opex to the losers bracket with a 2-0 sweep.
We need 14,000 more points. 9 lines to go. And he's gonna set it up. Come on, game, give it to him. Give it to him. Give it to him. And there's the Tetris! Yeah! Jakey with the upset. 2-0 over Opex. Oh my word!
Following NGC Man's close defeat up against Huff 2-1 in Huff's favor, NGC Man was sent to the lower bracket and worked his way all the way up until he had to face Opex. And in quite a shocking turn of events, NGC Man actually swept Opex.
Couple more singles and doubles here for NGC. He needs 3 more burns. That double gonna help get him there. 744, 800 is good enough, and NGC Man gonna finish off Opex 745 to 744.
So advances onto the next round where he would go and face the Asian. Now this one, it was a little bit more hard fought in terms that the Asian was able to take a game off of NGC Man. But following that game, NGC Man managed to win the next 3 games in a row to advance once again to the grand finals to face off against Huff. Now, unfortunately, NGC Man was unable to work any more magic, and despite having this insane moment where NGC Man swapped from dash to tap to rolling all in the matter of 10 seconds, was not able to do much in the finals, and Huff ending up being the victor in this particular event. If you want to check out all the VODs, they are all kind of sparsed out on the Burb Wizards Twitch channel, so I have a link to the Twitch channel down below, and maybe eventually there will be some way to to have these VODs organized chronologically. So that was Bodied, a war over Washtenaw. Now, I've saved the best recap for last because this event was actually insane. Of course, I'm talking about the CTW Dash Royal. For those of you that don't know, CTW stands for Classic Tetris Wars, which is an event that focuses on 8-player kind of events, and in terms of the Battle Royal or the Dash Royal in this case, it is kind of like a Grand Prix for any of you that played Mario Kart. And if you're watching Classic Tetris, I'm assuming a lot of you have played Mario Kart or at least heard of Mario Kart or at least know what a Grand Prix is. The knowledge, the chance of you not being knowledgeable is low, but just in case, I'll explain anyways. Essentially, a Grand Prix, the way that the format works is whoever scores the highest gets the most points. So for example, if you and I, whoever is watching this, because there's be a couple thousand people watching this, but if you and I were to do a little bit of a score tag in Classic Tetris, and I place first and you place second, well, I would get 10 points for placing first, and you would get 8 points for placing second. Now, that kind of same thing applies, but for 8 players. And it has kind of like trickled down. So you have 10 points for first, 8 points for second, 6 points for third, etc., etc. Well, the 8 players that participated in this event were Adam MTS, the current CTWC Dash champion, NGC Man, like we mentioned in the recap earlier for Bodied, a war over Washtenaw, and also a 1.3 player at the time of this happening. Mark Migos, another 1.3 player, and also shares the record holder for the most consecutive max outs, which is at 4 using the Dash playstyle. Sharky, which, yeah, that's me. Jeff, which, I mean, obviously, boom, Tetris for Jeff. He also participated in this event. Scamper, which is the organizer for the CT Dash events. Tugi, another 1.3 Dash player, and Academus, the coach of the scene ever since Valor has kind of gone on a extended hiatus. Not necessarily saying that he's retired just yet, since he did play at CTWC, if I'm not mistaken, but on an extended hiatus, I'd say is a proper term. So without further ado, it's 8 rounds. Let's go ahead and start by recapping rounds 1 and 2. To start things off, Adam and Tugi had a phenomenal strong start, leading the pack at 18 and 13 respectively. Adam in round 2 kind of makes a statement, getting 1,036,000 points to kind of establish getting that first place finish after getting a second place finish following Tugi in game number 1. For rounds 3 and 4, Adam continues to display amazing games, and Mark Migas also solidifies his spot in second with a first place finish over Sharky in game 4. Adam and Mark currently lead the pack, sitting at 34 and 26 points respectively, while the rest of the field is under 20 points. For round 5 and 6, things started to get a little bit interesting and more contested. As a matter of fact, Adam in Game 5 actually had an earlier top out, allowing for other players to kind of find a way to try and gain some more points to catch back up. Now, despite that earlier top out in Game 5, Adam managed to get third in Game 6. Mark would end up getting first, and Sharky would end up getting second in that Game 6 as well. Because of those points, Adam now had 41 points, Mark had 40, and both Tugi and Sharky had 30. At this point, it seems like it's a shoo-in for either Mark or Adam to win, and Tugi and Sharky are the closest to being able to potentially play spoiler or even find some miracle to find a win out of that as well. But here is when everything changed. Game number 7. This is a pivotal game because it can determine whether Adam can build up a substantial lead, or if Mark or Tugi or Sharky are able to find a way to get back into the game and be in that kind of like tie situation, or even a position to win the game. So here it is. Jeff transitions at 565, Sharky 488, Tugi 579, Mark 501, and Adam at 518. This is probably the most contested that a game has been at transition throughout the entirety of this battle royal. Tugi and Mark would be the first to fall at level 21 with 673,000 and 549,000 respectively. And as a result of such a low score, Mark actually finishes 7th, gaining only 1 point. So now Mark goes up to a total of 41 points. Currently at this moment in the game, Adam, Jeff, and Sharky are in a position to battle it out for first. First place receives 10 points. If Adam is able to get 10 points here, then that means that the match is essentially over and people are just fighting for lower spots, as it is a guaranteed victory for Adam. Level 27 approaches and Sharky actually makes a misdrop, only 10k points higher than Jeff. However, Sharky was able to find a way to dig out and score the last Tetris, but it's up for Jeff to score one more Tetris to take the lead and gain first place.
Jeff needs another Tetris right here to pass Sharky. 948. No! Jeff couldn't get it! Sharky finishes ahead of Jeff! Adam needs 955!
Because of Jeff not getting the long bar for that final Tetris, Sharky does manage to take first place and Jeff takes second place. But Adam, of course, was able to find third place and now leads with 47 points. Only Mark and Sharky at 41 and 40 points respectively have a chance to win this event. So now we go into Game 8, the pivotal game. This can decide if Adam, Mark, or Sharky are the ones to walk away with the metaphorical trophy, if you will. So this is it, game number 8. Adam needs to only place third place or higher to automatically win. A fourth place finish and Mark can tie. Any lower and Sharky or Mark can potentially win. Unfortunately, the pressure is too much for Adam to handle and is off to a rough start, down by 150,000 plus in comparison to the top pace leaders. As we head into 19, Adam transitions at 387, Sharky at 524, and Mark at 481. But shortly after transition,
and you see Adam right here trying to get this. Come on, Adam. Uh-oh. Adam getting a little bit dependent right here. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
No.
Come on, Adam needs to be able to get this. Come on. Oh, gets that bar over. Where's the other bar? No, 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 no! Adam MCS is done! No!
He's going to get last, I think.
Adam has topped out and topped out at the lowest score out of everyone, meaning that Sharky and Mark have an opportunity to take first place. One by one, players fall until it gets to the two players in contention for first place, Mark and Sharky.
Set up.
Tugi and
Both
Aki.
players set up. Tetris Sharky. Uh-oh. Mark's a little bit of trouble. Mark gets that bar. 724 to 756.
So Sharky's got to get second place to win it, and Mark has to get third to tie it.
Come on, Sharky's got the well open, gets a bar, boom, Tetris for Sharky, 790. Mark's set up right now, come on, Mark needs another bar, Mark's got a good double well building, takes a good burn, boom, there's a Tetris for Mark, 767 going in level 26. Boom, Tetris for Sharky, 824. Guys, got about a 60,000 point lead, takes another bit of burn down. Come on, Mark is clean right now. Oh, Mark needs to get another little tuck in
so
right
good
now.
for Sharky.
Mark needs a tuck, Mark not getting a piece out, oh, misses the spin. Mark's in a little bit of trouble right now here. Mark's got to get it down. 780 Mark, 834 Sharky. Oh, Mark's in trouble. Oh, this is going to be it. Mark's in big trouble right now. Mark is in big trouble right now. Tugi's done, 714. Mark's still digging. Mark is done, 783. There it is. Sharky with 838 is your champion. Hell yeah.
And there you have it. Your CTW Dash Royal champion is Sharky. Oh, that's me. I'm sorry, I know that was a little cringe. Anyways, Sharky, and I know it might be a little bit offsetting to speak in third person, but it's kind of weirder for me to be like, oh, I came back from not even being in contention by the time that round 4 concluded to, winning the whole entire thing. It sounds weird whenever you're trying to present it in kind of like a professional context, which, I mean, honestly, that's what I get for being, a player, commentator, host of this show, all that other great stuff. But still was a phenomenal game. Invite, it was, all these players were invited, and there is a likelihood for another one in the future. And when that does happen, I'll be sure to let you guys know on the Insider. But that being said, that is going to do it for today's Insider. I know it is a longer one than usual, but we included a couple of event recaps, and we had just so much going on in the scene. So, like I said, if you want to find all the relevant information for everything that has been presented to you today, check out the description below. There will also be credits for any kind of clips or anything that was used, so please check out those as well. But I'm your favorite underwater host, Sharky, and I'll see you next time on the Classic Tetris Insider.